It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. 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 It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal game. It's time for Sean Morley's normal.
Call me Sean Morley's normal game. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little or no money in my purse and nothing in particular to interest me here on Earth, I thought I would quiz about a little and see the normal part of the world. Welcome, adventurers. You trespass against the indomitable sanctum of quiz. I, Sean Morley, will be your guide, frenemy, and colleague as you navigate the arena of a trivia tesseract which will stretch your neural pathways like a North American brown bear going at a Stretch Armstrong unsupervised. In this quiz, you can change the rules, and with this power, you can construct anything. Will you build a utopia, or will you condemn us all to live in the despot's toilet? Sean Morley's normal game is a world where ambitions are rewarded, but passing fancies are smothered like chip pan fires. Welcome. It is time to play Sean Morley's normal game. How is everyone? Are you feeling well? Have you taken your plates off your laps, perchance? If any of you are still eating, that's fine, but use a surface. Are we good? Are you feeling nice? Put 3 in the chat if you're feeling nice. If you're feeling okay, put 7. And if you're feeling bad, put 12. We got 1 3. We got a 9. I don't think a 9 does anything here. 7. Okay, that's okay. 12. Sorry to hear that, Shaz. 7 feeling okay. We got any more 3s? Got a 3 there, Imperial Halloumi. 5 doesn't mean anything. Kate, that 5 doesn't mean anything. Got another 7. I think that was okay. 9 doesn't do anything here. I've given you 3 options. 3. What was it? 9 and 12. Or was it 7? Don't press 9. Never mind. Welcome to Sean Morley's normal game. Is anyone seeing Sean Normal Morley's game for the first time? Let me know in the chat by pressing 4 and hitting enter. No? Yes, this is my first time. Not to worry. I'll go through the rules right now. Prepare to learn. So, a lot of people have been saying to themselves in the playground while passing a single crisp between themselves, that Sean Morley's normal game is a quiz show that's too hard to understand and therefore too difficult to enjoy. But absolutely not. A snake could understand this. Listen up. Sean Morley's normal game is a quiz show where players answer questions, they get points, and they can use those points to change the rules of the game. It is simply that simple. By doing so, the rules will slowly transform the game into a completely new game, and then we'll see who's the best at that. To achieve this, the game is divided into 2 phases. There is the question phase, where questions will be dispensed, answers will be received, and points will be allocated for when the answers turn out to be correct. The question phase proceeds in score order, descending. Then there's the rules phase. When everyone's answered a question, then we will check if anyone wants to trade any of the points they have accrued for rules. This, crucially, is always in reverse score order. So whoever has the lowest score has the opportunity to make the rule first in a rules phase. Are you confused, DJT123 only me? DJT, why do you have a name like a robot? Are there rules about what rules you can make? Yes, there are 2. Rules may not explicitly impact a single player. So you can't have a rule saying Jeremy Irons isn't allowed to score in this round. That is illegal, invalid. I believe that you're not a robot just from the way you're talking, but you have a name that would be confused for a robot. If you were to say offering cheap followers at 9-twitch/free/click, then I'd be like, this checks out. What if Jeremy Irons isn't playing? You can never rule out that Jeremy Irons isn't playing. Rules may not dismantle any of the necessary elements of the game. You cannot abolish points. You cannot abolish rounds. You cannot abolish players. You cannot abolish the English language. You cannot abolish gravity or oxygen. But you can alter all of these. Not gravity, because I've got to do a lot of coding to make the things float around. But in theory, you can, if you're willing to wait. There are only 3 rules available to change to begin with. There's 3 rule slots. To begin with, a player's first rule is 1 point, then their second rule is 2 points. Players can go into debt to ensure they have points, up to minus 9,999. So it's a quiz show. What will the topics be about? That, my friends, is up to you. If you type !topic into the chat, followed by a topic, that will all go into a tombola, and at the beginning of every round, I will pull a topic out of that tombola, and that will inform what we are answering questions about. That will then be fed, I hate to say this, into an AI that will then hallucinate a question and answer combo. It is extremely likely to be wrong. AI is a poison, and I hope the show can demonstrate that while also relying on this technology. It's a very conflicted position to be in. Chat will answer via collective typing. This is a new, actually quite controversial form of chat answer delivery. It has been updated. The target that any individual letter has to reach is proportional to the amount of people watching the stream minus 4 divided by 10. So hopefully that makes it more equitable and flows a bit better. There is a new type of collective typing where chat can answer word by word rather than letter by letter. This bit will make more sense once you see it in action. There's also the rule auction. If anyone from chat wishes to donate, they can add a rule into a special reserved slot called the rule auction, and that sorry, I've just opened up a different tab to look at my stream alerts. Did someone gift 5 subs to this channel, but like an hour before I went live? Thank you, Null Video Games, if you're still here. That was very generous of you. Anyway, the rule auction, you can donate to add a rule directly into it, which goes live directly into the game. However, if you want to overwrite it or remove it, someone needs to donate more than that. So if someone's donated £2 to say all the questions have to be about cats, and you want to be about dogs, that will cost you £2 and 1 earth penny. And the winner, whoever has the most points when the stream ends, unless the rules have changed such that the winner now is based on something else, which happens quite a lot. And then the winner will advance to the next bracket of the competition. They are given a brief platform in which to give a speech, and they may create a rule which will be active at the beginning of the next episode of Sean Morley's normal game. Have you all followed that? I'm sure that a vast majority of you have seen a normal game before. But for anyone who is learning, has that tutorial made any sense? If it hasn't, then I hope that things sort of clear themselves up over time. Here we are. Back again. Ground zero. Normal game HQ. However, we're missing 2 vital ingredients for a normal game, and that is the contestants. Please, can we welcome to the screen contestant number 1.
Who, me?
Welcome, Bird. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm alright. How are you?
I'm very well. I had a tarte au citron shortly before the stream.
I'm so nervous. My internet keeps dropping out. It's making me very anxious.
Yeah, but I think that you could make a feature of it. Like every time it drops out, you reappear with a new hat or something like that.
Yeah. At some point, I'm move to a different room, and hopefully that won't make a difference.
That could be exciting. You constantly reappear in a new room. Well, yeah, I'm afraid you're even though you haven't dropped out, there's a lot of jitter.
Okay. I might turn my camera off, go closer to where the internet lives, and then turn my camera back on again.
Yeah, if you're embarrassed about your corridors.
Well, it's more that I don't want to sort of have a domestic Blair Witch situation where the camera is under my chin as I like cry and snot and try and find somewhere where the internet's a bit more stable. I'm sure you understand.
I do understand. I think it's a shame that you've just described something very visually interesting. You've described a great, that would keep us all entertained while we're waiting for this move to happen. But I understand why you might not want that on your end.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that my stay has to be so short, but it's also very annoying because I've got lighting set up here. But whatever.
I trust you'll be able to improvise wherever you end up.
Okay, for the sake of the game.
Yeah.
I'll be back shortly.
We believe in you. Yeah, you're right, Oracle. It did sort of stabilise, but I've been on a call with Bird for 20 minutes or so, and it is a bit up and down. So I don't know, anything that could help longer term. In the meantime, then, let us speak to contestant number 2.
Hi, Sean.
Hello,
Hi,
Judge Dell. Can I just check, are you a magistrate or an Edwardian?
I am. I basically just let my hair grow out since the last time I was on the stream, but coincidentally, I'm also a barrister.
I was going to say, because even if you had let your hair grow out, those incredibly tight ringlets suggest that you're either lying or a Victorian child who's never seen the sun.
Anyone who says I'm a Victorian child is lying. It's not true. Yeah.
What kind of child are you?
A bearded one.
Bearded child.
I was thinking I could enter fully into the spirit of the rule that was carried over from the last stream.
Yes.
Confirm my fear that I actually just look like a judge, and it's.
Oh, this was a Marie Antoinette costume.
Kind of, I guess. Probably not then.
No, I think what you have could definitely contribute towards a Marie Antoinette costume. But if you are open to a little bit of constructive feedback, there might need to be more elements for that concept to be understood at sight as Marie Antoinette and not a judge.
What about if I added an additional hat?
Yes, Marie Antoinette. Now that's a concept.
And I didn't buy either of these for the stream, I swear. It was just, yeah. But
I'm fully sold on Marie Antoinette.
Let them eat a cake, etc.
Very good. I know we're already getting on like a house on fire, but would you be willing to subject yourself to a little bit of crowdsourced small talk?
I would be, yes. I'd be,
okay.
Yeah. I'd be very
well, let's see what the random numbers have in store for you. I think we've seen the last of Wet Denim now. Should we all go to Sean's house after TwitchCon this year?
I'm going to say...
There's an answer I want you to give.
Yeah. Considering you're the judge of this competition, then I'm going to say...
Well, one of them.
Well, true. No, unless you're particularly keen for us to. It could be nice.
I'm happy to go on the record and say I'm not particularly keen to provide an open invite to my house after TwitchCon. As TwitchCon, I mean, I don't know when this was written. When is TwitchCon? So I think it's already happened, right? Hello, Bird. Welcome back.
Hello, I'm in the room where the internet lives.
Are you comfortable and happy?
For now, yes. Love the. I was so glad I was listening to the stream. I love Mario Antoinette is inspired.
Do you have anything to add to this question about whether everyone should go to my house after TwitchCon?
Well, where is TwitchCon? Because I feel like it would be an awfully long trip.
There's normally at least two, right? One for North America and one for Europe. So when is TwitchCon Europe 2024? It looks like it was like the end of May. So
I wouldn't want to impose.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote a firm no.
And I can't imagine you've got enough chairs for everyone.
Do you want to hear how many chairs I have?
Yeah, how many chairs do you have?
This is across the entire flat. We got 2 sofas, 1 office chair, 4 wooden chairs.
Okay.
What do you think?
Not really enough for your entire community.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's okay. I don't have enough chairs either.
Could be bring your own chair. Yeah.
Could be bring your own chair. I also in my haste to come to the room where the internet lives, I think I might have bumped into my drink that was on my floor. So if we have a break, I might have to run upstairs and see the extent of the damage.
You are welcome to check that whenever you like. Don't think that your floor needs to soak simply
Okay.
because normal game is happening.
Fortunately, I turned off all the electricals before I left the room, so there shouldn't be.
That's good. Unless, of course, it seeps through the. Unless it seeps through and goes into the ground wires.
But yeah.
Can I just say, sorry,
Yeah?
I can't hear Bird at the minute. Is something? Is there?
Shall I refresh my connection?
Let everybody refresh the browser.
Yay.
Well, hey, don't worry, guys. I'll cover it. I'll pad. Please don't come to my house. I cannot stress enough how much you are not invited. Okay, can we all hear each other?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, brilliant.
We're in. Bird, would you like to try your hand a little bit of crowd-sourced small talk? Just to...
I'd love to, please.
Let's see what we've got. We've got a big old barrel. Most of it is mulch. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
No.
Let me look it up. Qubit. Oh, God. A qubit is a two-state quantum mechanical system. However, it is one of the simplest quantum systems for displaying the peculiarity of quantum mechanics. Anyone in the chat know anything about this? Bird's gone. Oh, my life.
Is a qubit something else? As in, like, is it like a unit of measurement if it's spelled differently?
Yeah, I think CUBITS is a unit of measurement, and I think it crops up in the Bible, perhaps with the scale of the ark.
That's it. Yeah, it's no, but I don't know anything about qubits. No, I'm afraid.
No, well, not all small talk goes well. We can just edit this out in post. And of course, we do have a third contestant. Let me please introduce you. I was going to say both, but let me just introduce you, Dell, to chat. Chat, you are going to have a bit of small talk. Should you want it? Should you wish for that? Hello, Rickard. And we have a rule left over from Rachel's fantastic victory 2 weeks ago, and I have taken it upon myself to interpret it. Let them eat cake. You will receive an extra point if you can include the name of a cake in your answer. That's the starting gambit for what that means.
Nice.
Let's see if chat want to do a little bit of small talk. I mean, they wrote this small talk, so they should deal with it. Hello, welcome back.
Wait, sorry, I don't know. I'm looking at my random.
No, I think everything's going fine.
Everything. This is so stressful. We've not even
No, it's fine.
started.
It's fine. Do you know what? If it would be less stressful if we had started, let's start.
Yeah. Let's
Did
start.
you hear the rule that the let them eat cake means an extra point if you could include the answer, the name of a cake?
Ooh, I like it.
That's a good one.
I'm going to get rid of Grugger Smith's referendum. I am in charge of the referendums tonight. I mean, not literally. Seemingly, Grugger Smith can also make them. But I'll try to wrest control back where possible. Great, then let us start with our first round. Kank Bird? Yes, gladly. Traditionally, the first round is always a all play. We will have a question. The answer will be numerical. I will receive an answer from all 3 contestants, and whichever is closest will get the point. And we'll do that at least 2 times, depending on how the pacing is feeling. So, our first round's topic will be... How plus the life and times of Crinston Morley.
Wow.
Oh,
What a
wow.
throwback.
Yes. Dal, are you familiar with Crinston Morley?
No,
No.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, why would you be? Crinston Morley is a fictional child that I claim to have for a period of 3 to 4 months.
Oh,
I believe I
He was also-
adopted them. Yeah, go on.
No.
Is anyone else on the call capable of speaking?
I'm ending it all. I'm ending
Yeah?
it all.
Live for the stream.
Both.
Fair. I will see if ChatGPT is capable even slightly of making anything on this. No, it just outright rejects it as I don't know what that is. I think by the power invested in me, I can reject that as an impossible topic. Bird, we can make a feature of it. It's funny. Okay. What happened to Crinston? Did he die? I don't want to go into a deep cut Crinston lore exposition, but he turned into a burger, and then I ate him. It was not the most coherent ending to any of the fiction we've created together. Hello.
Hi. I've hopped onto my phone's data, which I imagine is going to eat it in one swallow, in one gulp. But maybe that means it'll be a bit more stable for a little bit. We'll see.
Well, I'm sorry if being in this semi-Dadaist quiz game destroys your phone contract data. I don't think it's worth that.
It's fine. I'll invoice you if anything happens.
Fair enough. All
My
right.
laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port, unfortunately. I also don't know where the Ethernet cables are.
No Ethernet cables and nowhere to put them if you had them.
I mean, I think I can get to where the cables are, but I don't have anywhere to put them if I want
Christmas Boy tipped £1.
We have a
When
donation.
a new rule is created, including this one, a randomly selected adjacent rule or empty rule slot is swapped with a randomly selected rule from a randomly selected point of a randomly selected previous episode.
Okay, let me just read that back. When a new rule, this is a tip, £1 from Christmas Boy. When a new rule is created, including this one, a randomly selected adjacent rule or empty rule slot is swapped with a randomly selected rule from a randomly selected point of a randomly selected previous episode.
Huh?
Yeah, it took me a second, but we can try a third time. I think every time a rule appears, one of the slots that is next to it will be replaced by a rule that is found at random from a recording of a previous episode, which is also chosen at random.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have like an archive of all of the rules, or are you going to have to be
No.
like looking at the odds?
I don't, but rather than wait for a rule to be established, I think I'll roll a number between 1 and 4. We just click through to a VOD, and whatever is at that number on the screen, that rule gets put in.
Okay.
So it is complicated, and I'm going to try and condense it so that that rule can like fit neatly on the screen without sort of overflowing the text box. So the rule auction. Whenever a new rule is established, an adjacent rule slot is replaced by a random rule from a previous episode. I think that boils it down. Let's see how far that flows off the text box. Oh, I forgot I moved this around so it's all in one text box. So, okay, 1 second.
So, I guess so. We need to find another rule, like right now.
Yes, we need to find that right now. And there's annoyingly like a couple of little steps we need to do to ensure a sort of randomness to this. But
that rule appeared and then disappeared again.
yeah, I had the text box open. Let me. There we go. Okay. Someone's randomizing something. No, you can't get numbers from that. It's all Christopher Reeve in there. So there's no random number for this one because it's on the rule auction, so it can only affect. Its only adjacent slot is rule 3, so that's fine. But if we want an RNG, it's between 1 and 4. So it's going to be rule slot 2, and then it's RNG. What episode is this? 17. So it's between 1 and 16. This is what episode we're going to go back and check.
Yeah, a D16. Everyone has those.
2. Okay, so we're going back to Sean Morley's normal game, episode 2. Let me just bring up a display capture so that we can go back and find it. And we don't need sound because all we're interested in is what is displayed in the second. Okay, it's
Oracle
gone.
of Truth tipped £3.
It's
Extra
gone.
point
It's
each
gone.
round for
Thank
each
God. Thank
contestant
you.
who either compliment Sheffield or disleads.
Rule extra point each round for each contestant if they either compliment Sheffield or disleads. Is this going to be difficult for you, Bird?
Well, it depends. Am I more interested in winning, or am I more interested in catering to the demands of Oracle of Truth? It's a hard decision to make.
Okay, so we're no longer going back to the VODs. Oh, honestly, thank God. What a very cumbersome rule. Very inventive. I do like it. It brings a lot of slowdown with it. The rule auction is set at £3. So we've gone back to our initial thing of after how many days of pickling are pickled eggs ready to eat? That's your question. Chat, you have the collective typing to give your answer through. Exclamation mark followed by a character. You need 4 votes for the character to be printed to the screen. But Bird and Dell, just provide your answers whenever you like. And the closest to what ChatGPT thinks, that will be worth the point.
Have you ever pickled eggs before?
I've never even thought. It's a very thought-provoking question, I've got to say.
Is it?
It is.
Is it?
I've made. Well,
Thoughts are being provoked.
It provokes one very specific thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But strongly.
Have I pickled eggs?
Yeah.
I've made chutney before. I've made jam before. I've never actually pickled anything, so this is a mystery to me.
Yeah, sorry, I was referring to the question about pickling the eggs, not the question as to whether I had pickled eggs. Sorry, that was.
Oh, I see.
The answer to which is not.
Sheffield 5 Eva tipped £3 and 10 pence.
I'm gonna say.
Hang on, we've got a new donation.
A randomly selected
Oh, for
adjacent
God's
rule
sake.
swapped with a randomly selected rule
I
from
forgot
earlier
about
this
this bit.
episode.
I forgot about the bit at the beginning where we can't start the first round because a bidding war kicks off. This
Can I just-
donation. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, can I just say that Sheffield is a really, really lovely city, from what I've been told, and I admire it greatly, considering its status as arguably the most left-wing city in the UK.
And can I just say that Leeds may have made great strides in its public service, in its public transport systems, but it is still underserved as Europe's largest city without a mass transit operation. That is deeply disappointing.
I agree.
Yeah, okay, point each. I am in the middle of adding this new rule, so this will... Although I don't want to, now that I've read it. Sheffield 5 Ever has tipped £3.10. When a new rule is created, including this one, a randomly selected adjacent rule is swapped with...
So
no, we have a new... Never
Catbox
mind.
tipped £3.50. When this rule enters the field, replace it with a random mall phrase. The mall phrase is a new rule, even if it wasn't phrased as a rule. Good luck.
When this rule enters the field... Oh, it's gone.
I've got it. Catbox has tipped £3.50. When this rule enters the field, which is Magic the Gathering terminology, replaces it with a random mall phrase. The mall phrase is the new rule, even if it wasn't phrased as a rule. So we can cut out a middle rule there and just go straight to rolling a mall phrase, interpreting it as a rule, and then instating it in there. So random mall phrase. A lot of people have been misquoting me in here.
I like this rule. What does that say?
I wet myself. I'll think about it. So I okay. So at first I'll just write that straight in. I wet myself. I'll think about it. In brackets £3.50. So I mean, I guess I have to reward people for wetting themselves.
What about thinking about it?
Well, I guess my issue with rewarding people for thinking about wetting themselves is you can't really prove an internal mental event, and I don't know if I think this show can work on trust.
God.
Wetting myself. Points, please. Maybe I'll wet myself.
I'm trying to project it into Dell's head.
No. Oh, God.
Piss yourself immediately.
Okay, how can this be actionable?
I did wet my floor and my feet when I spilled cold tea over them on my way downstairs.
You did, and you even brought that in before the rule was there, so I'm likely to believe it, so I'll provide a point for that.
Thank you. And thank you, Imperial Halloumi, for reminding me of that.
What if I I've got a glass of water. What if I just...
I'm going to need a bit more than that. I'm going to need a little bit more than that.
What about think of the wig?
I've got my ringlets, my tight ringlets.
Won't they only get tighter once they've dried out?
Actually, this is really nice because I'm kind of quite hot in this week now. So.
Water's good for styling curls. So.
Just wet my ringlets for that. This
Keep
not
going.
Good enough.
I think the glass needs to be emptied out. So how slow or how fast you want to do it's up to you.
Well, I'm wetting myself if I drink it, of course.
I don't know if we categorise drinking as getting wet. Oh, you're so wet. Yeah, I'm refreshed.
My gullet is sopping. Sorry.
That's vile what you've said. That's the most disgusting way to articulate the normal act of drinking.
MGIS in the chat, my gullet is sopping.
Can I just point out that the chat look at how they're answering this question.
It is.
That was the first draft of WAP, actually, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
The glass is empty, and I am much more likely to wet myself now.
Yes, actually, if you drink 2 more glasses of water, I'll give you a point.
Oh man, This is, you could get sued for this. This is like that radio competition that they did. I'm sure.
More
I'm sure
phrase
something like
tipped
this went wrong.
£3 and
Not that I'm
60
threatening.
pence.
Not that
When a
You
new
are
rule is
threatening me.
created, including this one,
You are
all
threatening.
rule slots are replaced by
These things are
randomly
taken to
selected
deterrent.
rules
Hang
from
on,
random
we have
points
a-
of randomly selected previous episodes. Egg tipped £3 and 49 pence. Egg, 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 egg. This is not a
I'm
rule.
losing
Okay,
my
that's
mind.
not a
It's all
rule,
going
so-
so fast.
Thank you, D Dan, for that donation. That is not a rule. However, Morphrase has tipped £3.60. Oh god, it's another one of these. When a new rule is created, including this one, all rule slots are replaced by randomly selected rules from random points of randomly selected previous episode. Okay, so let's randomly select a previous episode between 1 and 16. And then they're roughly 2 hours long. So what's that? 120 minutes. So episode 8.
I really hope for your sake that it doesn't result in a really onerous rule.
God, let's see.
And then between 1 and 120 minutes. $52 minutes in.
Ooh.
And this is going to replace rule slot number 1. But what rule slot are we looking for on the in the VOD?
This is a bit like
2.
someone explaining the rules of a really complicated board game just over and over and over.
Over and over and over again. They keep going, oh, hang on, I actually got a third of that wrong. Let me start again.
Yeah,
We'll do a
exactly.
round
It's,
and then it'll make sense.
it's the aristocrats of game shows, normal game.
It is. It's the aristocrats, yeah. That's not a great thing to be, but it's perfectly accurate. Okay, so let me just bring this to the fore, then make it small again. Do you know what? It might have to be big just so that we can sort of read the rule when we find
Yeah, so you
it.
can read the. Wait, help! I'm trapped behind the internet browser. Whose
Okay,
episode is this?
This is Lewis Ford and Ava Liversidge.
Yeah.
So number 2 is Ghost's points are doubled whenever they scare Sean Morley. Ghost
Peel away
points
the
are
layers.
doubled whenever they scare Sean Morley. Now we have to do this process 3 more times. So we
God.
need RNG between 1 and 16. Episode 8, not 2. Oh yeah, you're right. No, that was wrong. I got confused, and now we're looking for 52 minutes in. There is no rule, so I guess that
Yeah.
rule 1 gets
No rule.
erased. Rule 1 equals erased. That's episode 7. Yep. Okay. Okay, going to number 52 minutes in.
Anonymous tipped £5.
There is
This
no
rule
rule
is
here.
a rule.
This rule is a rule. Okay, so we're no longer looking through this. I just write out the words. This rule is a rule, and that's worth £5.
Thank you, Rickard.
So you've had a very long time to answer, Bird and Dell. How many days after pickling are pickled eggs ready to eat?
I'm gonna say about as long as it might take you to get the supplies together for an opera cake, which means that my answer is gonna be 2 weeks, 14 days.
2 weeks.
What, can I ask you what an opera cake is?
An opera cake is a very specific kind of chocolate cake that requires, I think it's Genoese sponge layered with mousse, and then it has chocolate over the top. And it's called an opera cake because it's from the Opera Bakery.
I'm really glad I asked because it took those extra few seconds for it to sink in while you were mentioning the opera cake. I'm going to go for the amount of Jaffa cakes that I've eaten in the last 3 weeks as a rough estimate, which is 30 days.
30.
Yes, 30 days.
I can now announce that it is 2 weeks. Oh, that's exactly the answer that ChatGPT has given.
Wow.
14 days, aka 2 weeks. Congratulations, Bird. You have scored
you.
the first point via answering a question correctly of the game.
Thank you.
I can't remember where the other points came from. I think it was either knocking over a drink and saying that Leeds public transport is shit.
Tips 5 cans and
Oh,
10 pence.
gosh.
A sword of Damocles dangles over every contestant and Sean. They fall if exposed to any sharp words, which can be thrown. The sword inflicts between -1 and -9,999 points.
Okay, I'll just go through this. In fact, let me add it straight in. Thank you very much, Greece ? Who's tipped £5.10. The rule that you have added,
My
which
feet
is
are
worth
cold from where I got
£5.10.
tea on them.
Okay, a sword of Damocles dangles over every contestant and Sean. They fall if exposed to any sharp words, which can be thrown. The sword inflicts between -1 and -9,999 points. So let me just grab a sword, and then we can work out what's the intended meaning of this. Anyone got any strong feelings about what a sharp word is, for example?
I would have assumed that a sharp word would either mean insults or
Yeah.
words referring to sharp objects.
Oh, what, like sharp?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like chatter is being really useful in listing some.
How would one go about throwing a word in a certain direction?
Yeah, given that we're not facing each other, more sort of looking ahead.
You might have to sort of
This way.
show via expressions and gestures that you're sort of flinging a word.
No, should we support someone? Like, should we shake on this?
Yes, I think we should. Sorry. That's a firm handshake. Nice.
Thank you. You do.
Sorry, my hand's a bit clammy.
From the water.
Knife.
Scissors?
Blade. Did I say that already?
No.
Nice.
Question number 2. What is the optimal temperature in degrees Celsius for storing eggs in the fridge?
That feels like a trick question because we don't have to store eggs in the fridge here in the UK.
Well, what needs to be a trick about that?
Well, in the US, they basically remove some sort of protective membrane from the eggshell.
They do. They are bleached in some sense. I think something is the eggs are like dipped in some mild acid concentrate to try and, I don't know, burn off any impurities or bacteria.
Sean Bean.
Oh, could have. Oh, was that aimed at chat?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still working on which way I need to turn.
No, I can't quite.
Good, because there's no point throwing one at me. You stab me all you like. I don't have any points. I'm not really in the running.
Thanks.
Should I accept that as a sharp word thrown at chat? Bird, do you have any feelings on this? You're not affected by it.
It feels deliberate. I think the turning is what makes it feel intentional.
Okay. So you think I deduct between... So chat's sword has fallen, crunch, and now chat get between -1 to -9,999. So,
Yeah.
okay, here it comes. Can't see it though.
Someone in chat was just saying that
Minus-
isn't something that Sharp would say. So can I say instead, "Milady," like that?
Yeah, if you like. Yeah, you're going to do that now?
Milady.
Great. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay, so chat, you are going to need to work very hard to catch up here because you're currently on -5,796 points. So I don't see a future for you.
You never know. Stranger things have happened.
I mean, yeah, they have. The night is young. We're on our second question. Okay, chat's answer is in. Bird and Dell, do you have any strong feelings about the optimal temperature in degrees Celsius for storing eggs in the fridge?
I'm gonna say, if I were making some kind of angel food cake, which I don't believe actually uses, which I'm not sure if it uses eggs or not, but if I were to be making some sort of angel food cake, I think that I would probably want to make sure that my eggs are in the fridge at a cool 4 degrees Celsius.
Okay, 4 degrees.
I was also going to say that if basically I'd want my eggs the same temperature as I'd want a good a chocolate aubergine cake, which was 4 degrees. Yeah, that's what I was going to go for.
Oh, that's why you've been mentioning cakes. Hang on, so chat's is 3 degrees, and Del, you're also
I'm
saying 4
intrigued by
degrees.
chocolate aubergine cake. Is that real?
Yeah, I meant to say courgette, but I have to get them confused.
They're very different vegetables.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
Because I was thinking, I've heard of courgette cake. Aubergine. Really new to me.
So, I had forgotten about the cake rule. I know that Bird mentioned an opera cake. Del has now just mentioned a cake.
That doesn't exist.
That just doesn't seem to matter. Because it says cake on the end, I suppose. Has any other cakes been mentioned in answers that I have not awarded points for?
Yeah,
You mentioned Jaffa cakes, yeah.
Yeah,
Contentious, but they are a
you mentioned
cake, I
Jaffa cake.
believe.
They legally, I think, are a cake. Chat has been trying to justify whether the 3 constitutes as a cake.
Oh, let's see. Yes, because the degree symbol is the shape of a cake. Grigor Smith also says that circle is a cake when viewed from above.
That's good.
It's a 3-layer cake. Do you know what? What's the point denying them? Then
Yeah.
what's the point? I'll throw them a bone. Here you go. There you go. That's a point.
Yeah, that's the kind of lateral thinking normal game should be rewarding.
Yeah, I'm not going to nickel and dime the chat on points. I do feel bad. But in fairness, there are 3 more swords in the game, so it could go anyway. Can I also get my point from complimenting Sheffield earlier? Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I was going to say, shall I allow chat to just give themselves points and police it themselves? Could chat get up? Because I remember a time when it took them about 2 hours to write F 5,000 times. And I don't think that they would be able to get to 4 and 3 by the time the game ends. So we could give them the ability to award themselves points. What do you think?
It's your show.
No. I want consensus.
I mean, it sets a dangerous precedent, but it might be a fun precedent if you want a chat versus chat finale. But would you just be? Are they just awarding themselves points to give themselves points?
No, they should
Like, what
only
are the
do it
points?
when they legally, validly have points. But I won't be able to stop them once I give them that ability.
I know I've already contributed to taking away 5,795 points from them, but I kind of feel like I'm...
Yeah, we shouldn't, because
enough.
you two still have swords that could fall, and you're not going to be able to give yourself 5,000 points incrementally over the course of an hour. So maybe
I can
we
see
should.
that you're. I can see that you're thinking about it, Dan. I'm holding on to mine. So
Red Coyote has just said running with scissors at Dell. So that's actually sharp words that are intended towards you, right? So I guess that's... Oh, I'll deal with that in a
DellFrickles
second.
tipped
Thank you.
£5
Oh,
and
no.
11 pence.
I should
The
have...
sword of Damocles is upgraded to a sword of isosceles. They dangle over every contestant and Sean and fall if exposed to any triangles. The
Oh,
sword
okay.
inflicts between +1 and +9999 points.
If I input D... Okay, Bird, I need your help on this. D-Dan has made the swords good. But a sword was right in the middle of falling on Dell's head. Do I change what the sword does now, or do I stab with this sword, deduct the points, bring in the new swords, or do I transform this sword while it falls?
as it's falling.
Yeah. The thing is,
Well,
the thing that has knocked this sword down would not knock the new sword down.
yeah.
The new sword isn't knocked down by sharp words.
I mean, my instinct is to say that it was before, therefore the
Yeah.
old sword rule should
But
apply.
you benefit massively from this because you would be the only person who hasn't lost thousands of points.
But then also, typically, doesn't the game normally work where if something
Shut up.
happens in the middle of you implicating a new rule, that the new rule takes effect?
Yeah, you're right.
So
Crunch,
I
this has
think-
landed on
I
you.
think if
I'm
you-
convinced.
I think if you had already launched the random number generator, then
Yeah.
it would be the old rule. But because the new rule came in as the sword was falling, it should be the new rule.
Yeah, okay. So because that fell on you, Dell, you're now losing between -1 and -999,000. But it could be okay. You could just lose 1 point, and then you're absolutely fine.
It'd be fine.
Yeah, you could be honestly barely scratched.
Yeah, I think this...
It would be very funny if it was -2.
Yeah, if it was -1. Hey, it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot
True.
worse.
I'm still strong second.
So,
What's the new rule? I can't read it on there.
oh, I'll pop it through in just a second. I just think we should once this is done, we can all refocus on the new rule. Sorry to ask a really stupid question, but like -1,689 plus 3, because it's minus. What do I do?
You're moving it closer to 0.
Closer to 0, so it's going down. So plus means minus, which means -9 plus 3 equals -6.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Sorry, that makes me feel very remedial to ask that, but I'm
It's
glad
fine.
to do it.
I've not touched maths since I did my GCSEs. So
Oh, yes. Sorry, I did get distracted. Here you go, Mighty. Here's your point. Hope that makes a big difference. And now we're going to look at the new rule that's just come through. Thank you very much to D-Dan for the £5.11 donation. Let's just take a look at this now. We'll once again change things. The sword of Damocles is upgraded to a sword of isosceles. They dangle over every contestant and Sean and fall if exposed to any triangles. The sword inflicts between +1 to +999,000 points. So I'm going to upgrade the swords. If you'll bear with me for just a second, I'll just give them a little visual upgrade, which I guess just means I'll overlay triangle on them.
I think Dell is trying to pull his sword out of his
Oh no, I was
head.
trying to wield it as well. Let's see if I could. But it's-
Oh yeah, the sword out of your own hair. There you go. Pull, pull, pull. There we go. Beautiful. Isos. God, I don't want to have to ask how to spell isosceles so close after not understanding minus numbers. Okay.
Sean Morley's not one more.
I think it's quite a fun twist that this game is actually administered by a very stupid person.
You're
Can
not
I
stupid.
expose a triangle and like, hang on.
Well, hang on. Let me upgrade your sword first, and then yes, what the ploy that you are, the ploy that you are
Cunning ploy.
nearing will succeed. Let me just add the triangle to the thing first, and then. Okay, and I should just be able to overwrite this on the file. Okay, everyone's adding triangles, so everyone's about to hit themselves with a sword. Okay, that should just upgrade. Now they've got now they've got isosceles triangles on. I feel really daft now.
Nice.
The isosceles triangles obviously should be facing blade down, like sharp bit down. I wasn't thinking. Obviously,
Well,
that's how it.
It's fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
We're all living and growing. It's an easy fix anyway. Here we go. New swords.
We're all learning. It's a complex world in which we live.
Yeah, what have you learnt, Bird?
I've learned to always sit close to where the internet is.
Yeah, that is good, actually.
I've learned to look at where I put my feet when I stand up, because I'm very aware what the part of my floor is going to be when I go back upstairs. And I've learned that I should make sure that I plug my laptop charger in before I start live streaming.
Do you know what? We have all learnt a lot. You're right. I thought
I've
you were just saying it to make me feel better, but actually, yeah, we've all gone on a journey.
Every day's a school day, you know?
Is that true? What about Sunday?
Well, that's when the Lord teaches you stuff.
Oh god, yeah, you learn the biggest lessons of all. Yeah, maths.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's what divine geometry is, right?
just to quickly deal with a little bit of side admin. It was 4 degrees, so I'm gonna give that to Bird and Dell. Then I've seen that chat have added a lot of triangles, so I'm gonna stab chat with their own sword.
Oh.
Crunch. Yeah, let's just say you've all been stabbed with your own sword. I'll stab myself as well. Why did I upgrade them? Given they're all just gone into our heads. Crunch. Imagine crunching sound in your own head. I'm not about to go and find one. So let's do RNG 1 to 999,000. This is for chat.
Ooh.
Not great. I'm sorry.
Not great.
Oh, that's a real shame.
That's sad. I feel bad for them.
Yeah, that's very understandable that you'd feel bad for them in that circumstance. So I'm going to do the math directly into this programming block, and then that comes out at not really a big change, I'm afraid. Okay, Dal, you're up next. Hoping for a big number, are you?
Big whammy, big whammy.
Come on,
Or no
come
whammy.
on.
Oh!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Very nice.
The swords are being kind to me tonight.
Luck be a sword tonight. Okay, not bad, not bad. And Bird, you want to say
I'm ready.
any words before we spin the big dice?
Whatever happens, happens.
Too true.
Okay, sarah, sarah.
Let's see if the random numbers like that. No, not really.
No.
Um,
I'll take it.
Okay, so now we basically have sort of nonsense points that, like, the rounds are sort of pointless because they only give you 1 point per question. So sort of that's a bit pointless now. Like, sort of, what's the point of continuing with the questions when this is the layout of points we have? Nevertheless,
Very short episode of normal game tonight.
I don't know. I feel like it's been interminably long.
I just see this as a high-scoring thriller, personally. I think it's been end-to-end.
Ooh.
Well, let's just keep ourselves occupied with some fun questions. Oh, actually, let's go to a rules round. So, chat, as the lowest scoring contestant with minus 5,576 points, would you like a rule? Oh, here we go.
Mean Saul tipped £5.12. When a new rule is
Mean
created,
Saul.
including this one, a randomly selected adjacent rule is swapped with a
for
randomly
God.
selected
Not this
rule
again.
from a randomly
What? Who
selected
keeps
point of a
insisting
randomly
on this
selected
one
previous
rule?
episode.
Who's trying to
This
push
is-
this through?
This is just like the last episode I was
Red
on,
Coyote
where there was like
tipped
this
£6.
elaborate
All
role
points
play
reset to
about
0
people
when
being
this comes
taken
into effect.
hostage.
Okay, thank you very much, Mean Saul, for attempting to push through the previous episode rule at £5.12. We do appreciate your donation. It's very much appreciated, but as you may have seen, you were instantly pipped by Red Coyote, who tipped £6, saying all points reset to 0 when this comes into effect. As the higher donation amount, I'm going to look for that because it has won the auction, and we're going to implement that now. This is one of those rules that just does one thing once and then doesn't mean anything afterwards. However, it is a great reset, and suddenly the questions become meaningful again. Okay, let me just quickly reset everyone's rules, everyone's points. So anything that's happened so far in the game is non-canon, has had no long-term effect on anything. We are all back at 0.
We've had our practice round.
Did the Mean Saul rule do a thing before the next rule came in? It's a very long and cumbersome rule. No, I just if I can get to it before something else happens, but like I just have to play the cards that are in front of me when I have next time to do something. Chat is making a rule. Absolutely fine. What rule would you like? Exclamation mark A followed by a rule that you would like. Find out how this is going to go. And then Dell and Bird, you will also get your opportunities to make rules afterwards.
I'm still reeling from the revelation that the degree symbol is a cake. Canonically a cake.
Well, I think that's very kind of you to see it as a revelation. But I, perhaps more cynically, see it as something a bit different, which is a lie.
I do have trouble, much like that aubergine and courgette, I'm always mixing those two things up.
Yeah.
What
Quite,
lies an interesting fact? Or-
Yeah, that's quite a vulnerabilizing position to be in.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get through to you.
You see the problem.
I'm saying this is a real issue. Really focus on how this could screw you up.
Always nice when you're doing infinite referendum and there's just one response that runs the entire length of the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, and then gets no votes. Okay, so let's take a look at what's leading here. Honk is doing quite well. Then underneath Puppies for Everyone, Bum of Damocles, No Cum, Points Negotiable. Sean has to play the cards in front of him. The rules of the card game will be decided by the contestants. That's quite funny, and I will admit I don't know how many votes that has. And then 7 is Random Morphrase, which is also quite funny.
And popular.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the random Morphrase rule. I think it's fun.
Yeah. That is our community's tarot card.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that should tick over in just a sec. I don't see anything else pipping at the post. In fact, I literally don't see anyone else voting, so nothing else can change.
Oh, have we lost Bird again?
Something tells me she'll be back. Okay, so rule number 2 will be this more phrase. And I'll just write it in straight away and then we'll figure out what it does on the fly. This round is going to be hell.
Sorry, I disappeared because I used up all my data, so O2 immediately shut the gate. So I'm back on my Wi-Fi now.
I'm very sorry that you had to spend your data for this, of all things. Have you
It's
seen
fine.
what rule 2 is?
It renews tomorrow. No, I can't read it. What does it say? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a more phrase, apparently. Probably from a previous normal game.
Have you ever considered that you might have some sort of gift of prophecy, Sean?
I mean, a lot of my dreams have come true.
Like the ones where your teeth fall out?
No, the one where Keir Starmer becomes Prime Minister.
And was that a good dream?
Oh, I wouldn't call it a dream.
Night terrors, yeah.
Yeah, I woke up sweating.
In my restless dreams, I see that face.
God.
Keir Starmer.
Oh, God, no. Please, no.
You said you'd get him into government, and then you did. And then I don't know who Keir Starmer's Maria to his Mary would be.
Yeah. It's just me shambling through Silent Hill going, has anyone seen the left wing of the Labour Party?
Swapped with random point values from random points of random previous episodes.
Is that not just Disco Elysium at that point?
Harry Hardy tipped £7. This round is going to be Hell X2.
Well, we've got a lot going on. Okay, sorry. So I feel really bad when someone tips and then someone immediately just tips more. I'm very sorry and grateful to Solid Snake for tipping £6 and 1 pence with the rule all points are swapped with random point values from random points of random previous episodes. And I don't know how this has been orchestrated so well, but whenever a rule comes through that would take clearly 7 to 8 minutes to administrate, immediately someone comes in with a simpler rule with a rounder number. Harry Hardy immediately overwrote it with there's 5 seconds between these two donations. So the delay wouldn't even account for Harry to be able to react. Harry tipped £7. This round is going to be hell times 2. So whatever we decide rule number 2 means, we're going to have to double it once we get to the next round. This round is going to be hell times 2.
I think it is because there was a brief moment where my internet dropped out again. And I think my internet's just dropped out.
Oh.
No, you're here now.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Oh, thank God. Yes, okay. I'm just gonna, I don't know. My new strategy is to just not look at it.
That's fair. And whenever you pop out, I'm just always assured she'll be back.
Yeah.
She's never gone for good.
Yeah, exactly. I always come back.
Yeah. It's like when the sun goes away behind the clouds. I'm always scared, but I have people around me to reassure me. Don't worry. You'll see it again.
I actually disabled my own internet because I want to test the object permanence of you.
Yeah.
None.
Object permanence is overrated.
I mean, babies don't need it. So
yeah, but also, you know, a lot of Buddhists say you shouldn't get too attached to things in the first place. And if you think they're literally gone, then great.
Yeah.
It's a fast track, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the Buddha had object permanence.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. I think people just thought, you know, he's really enlightened, but I think he just thought stuff was gone.
That's why he stayed under that tree for so long, because if he moved, he would have forgotten that the tree was there.
Well, you really like the tree, so we didn't want it to disappear, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Dell, would you like to make a new rule?
Yeah, I think I would. And I had it on my. I had a list of some rules I was thinking of, and one of them was about random
GRGRSNTH
point
gifted a tier
generation.
1 sub
And
to
so it feels
Maggie
apt to put that
FBK.
one in. I was
They
going
have
to say
given
basically,
16 gift subs in the channel.
if a player gets an answer correct, they are rewarded not 1 point, but a random value between 1 and 100. Was what I was thinking.
I think that's good. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm just going to turn off my camera for 2 seconds while I plug my charger in. If that's
Okay.
all right. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. You can't stop me.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't know how
anyway.
to begin trying.
Well, I think the internet does. We'll see if I come back.
Okay, you have bought a rule. If a player gets an answer correct, they get randomly between 1 to 100 points. Is that a good summation of the rule?
Absolutely, yeah, spot on.
And then when Bird returns, Bird has an opportunity to buy a rule. Now, I don't know what's happening with normal game because I feel like I do a lot between rounds, between matches and streams, to ensure that they can like flow faster. And I know that Bird's internet's been cutting out, but I don't think that's what's been slowing us down. I think I need to go on some kind of offensive to stop chat donating. I think the true slowdown is the monetization.
Oh, it's funny though. It's funny.
And lucrative. So there's a lot. It really benefits me not to touch that bit.
Do you need like a kind of a period where everyone's frozen out from new rules, and if so, how long would be?
That's not a bad idea, actually. Of like a cool down.
Yeah, but as you know, due to previously mentioned incentives, not massively keen.
Yeah, I think also you love, you famously love the free hand of the market, and
True.
so
Mm.
the bidding war is one of the truest manifestations of that sort of thing.
It does also mean that chat is in a very free position to fix a horrendous rule,
Yeah, that is
like
true.
instantly. Like the amount of like, there's one rule someone really wants us to do, and they've thrown good money after bad, but they've never stayed in the slot for long enough that I have to sit through and randomize a time, an episode, a rule slot, the slot it replaces, go and find it, zoom to it, write it down, remember what it means.
Food van tip £7. More must order a curry immediately.
Immediately, it's quite
Curries
late. I
cost
imagine.
more than £7.
Yeah,
That won't cover a curry.
yeah, that's like a dish, if that.
I could hang on. Let me first write it in because I guess there's nothing I can do about that. That's going in. Maul must order a curry immediately.
If any internet friends would like to give me money so I can order a curry, that would be nice. I have a PayPal. I have a Substack. I haven't got donations turned on, but you can do it that way.
If I order are there services where someone will go into Tesco's and buy like a ready meal curry thing
Yes.
and just give me a curry that could go in the freezer or the fridge or something? Because I'm not going to eat curry now.
I think Uber Eats does like.
Uber Eats does, and
Yeah.
I think maybe Just Eat does some supermarkets as well.
But the minimum is usually 15. I can get 2 curries. I'll just put them in the fridge.
Which would you get?
Well,
Yeah,
what
what's
do
a
they have at
curry?
Tesco? Hang on, let me.
I don't get a curry often enough to kind of have a set order that I like to get every time.
What do you recommend on here?
I mean, I do like a biryani is always like a safe bet, right?
Yeah.
A way I can sort of. Oh, hang on. I could just order a Tesco home delivery.
Ooh,
Yeah?
yeah.
I think the minimum order on that might be.
It's not like 30 quid.
Well, hang on. Hang on. I think I have a get out of jail free, and no one's going to like me for it, but it does get me out of jail free. We have a home delivery already pending, and I could just add a curry to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ring my wife.
Just to reiterate, if anybody wants to send me money so that I can get, you're welcome to do so. Same with Dell. Are you
Yes,
open
please.
to? Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Or we could just all get a big table naan or something.
Ooh.
Just.
Do you have a go-to curry, or do you have a curry of choice?
I really don't. It's always it always goes down on the list of takeaways. I don't know why, but I never seem to order curries
Of choice, I
regularly.
think I do, but I do like a Chinese. There's a vegan Chinese place. At least I will compliment you. Your vegan Chinese options are pretty solid.
Nice, yeah. It's kind of pizza or Chinese tends to go above. But yeah, I think you're right, biryani, because that's like it's delicious and practical as well. Like it just ticks all the boxes.
I'm trying to see. The stream window is so small for me. I'm trying to sort of discern the font on the
Tipped
Tesco
20
website.
pounds. Bird get
20
the tally.
quid! Oh my god. Sean's muted, but I don't know if he's. I was joking. 20 quid. £20 is so much.
Is there a 20 quid one? I think it might just be that it's distorted. I think they're just £2. Surely.
Surely just £2. Surely.
In which case, that's excellent.
That's like a single portion of boiled rice.
Feel free to order that. Obviously just invoice me. We can completely cover it. If you want a curry now, that's fine. You know what your budget is, £20.
Can we order something with
if you want to
Twitch
cover that now, I just need to go and get my curry sorted. But I'll be back in a minute, okay? I can't hear you as well, so don't bother responding.
I was hoping you could get a few in with Twitch, the post TwitchCon party.
Yeah. I'd be like, what is
Hands coming together.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to order a curry? I'm not even hungry.
What's the rule again?
It just says, doesn't it? I don't
Curry
know.
night.
Sean's not put it in. Who orders the curry?
It is exciting getting a curry, to be fair.
What was the donation? What did it say? Also, thank you, I guess. Oh yeah, I could freeze it. Thank you, Oracle.
Oh no, no curry. Wait.
Sorry.
No. To be fair, I did take several. I did go straight for chat with the knife talk.
Bird gets curry. Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's why.
So I can't really, it's fair enough.
Right, I guess I'm ordering a curry.
Are you hungry?
No. I made chicken soup and I had that for tea.
Okay, just a curry update on my end. Jam is going to add a couple of curries to our order, and then a screenshot proving that's been added will be shown on stream before the end of the stream. Bird, how is your curry coming along?
I'm still a bit shell shocked, so I'm just ordering a curry.
Yeah, and you can invoice me as well.
And invoicing you.
Yeah, are you VAT registered?
No.
Okay, don't worry about it.
So.
Hello, Jam. Thank you. Sorry for bringing you in. I know you're having a quiet evening, but we need a curry. Well, we may as well get two. We'll have a curry evening ourselves.
That's nice.
Chat sponsored curry club. Oh yeah, chat was going to advise on what on the Tesco site is good. There's not a huge amount of choice here, to be honest. Could just get the Tesco Indian style takeaway with onion bhaji.
I'm gonna open up Just Eat on my phone because I think that's where I've got a curry from before. This is great. So my housemate is currently out at a show, and she's, I think, due back in about an hour.
Oh yeah, do you think she'll be hungry, right?
She might be. I'll get some stuff for her as well.
Get her a Rogan Josh.
It's the best bit about going out is coming back in and having something to eat when you're back in. So if there's a curry way in, then.
But also, how do I explain to her that I guess you know you don't look a gift curry in the mouth, do you?
Just show her the VOD. Just go to a random VOD at a random timestamp. This Carolan, it seems really cheap. Cheaper than the others, but this Carolan style curry seems all right. But it's £1.50 compared to Indian style takeaways £2.50. So I don't know what the difference is. Because they're roughly similar weights.
That is really cheap. I guess maybe I need to switch.
This is really cheap. Yeah, can we just why not? Why not just order a curry? This Tesco South Indian style butternut and chickpea curry. This sounds lovely. Not got meat.
Do I have to spend £20?
No, that's just your upper limit. Like anything above £20. Also, you should probably spend your upper limit's probably like £18.75 because PayPal takes off there's just transactional fees.
I'm trying to remember I can't text my friend because she's in the theatre.
You should get one of the curries everyone likes.
You said Rogan Josh, didn't you?
Yeah, but I think that's a bit of a general curry.
Because she doesn't normally like spicy stuff, but she's not a korma person. What's karate?
Well, butter chicken is the other baby's curry.
You know what? Well, okay, I'll get a. This is so. This is not where I thought tonight was going to go. We'll carry on with the game, and I'll make the order, and I'll send you the screenshots once it's done.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Do you know how to make up an invoice?
Sorry, what?
Do you know how to make up an invoice?
No. I mean, I do when I was briefly a freelancer.
Oh, yeah, great. Just because I'm going to be sending this from a business account, so I actually do need to explain. Money from this goes into a business account because I'm self-employed in the UK, so I will need an invoice about why £20 left the account for a curry. So I will need an invoice. I could just say it's catering costs. That is fine. But I will need the invoice.
Okay, she likes the Peshwari naan. That's already taken it to £20 and 35p.
Well,
my God, curries are expensive.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Well,
unless you shop at Tesco.
But it's heavily. Yeah, I mean, look. You say curries are expensive, but look at some of these. I can't even find. I've been given £7 to spend on a curry.
I was going to say,
won't let me.
If they're all freezable, get it. I'd say fill your boots.
Yeah, why not?
If I wanted to get us a curry each and 2 naans, it's 27 quid.
Jeez,
that's quite a lot. But curries, they vary. There's
I'm going to get
the curry price range is very big.
Yeah,
you could share an arm maybe.
We could share an naan actually.
Yeah.
And I bet she'll come in and be like, "Thanks."
I'll get some chapatis. Oh, good thinking. Yeah. Oh, you get a garlic naan. We have 2 garlic naans. Thanks, chat. You've probably made our Thursday night.
Coming back to a garlic naan doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah. But knowing that after a hard day slogging over the stream, chat wants you to have a lovely curry, put your feet up and watch Lost.
Okay, so with two curries and 1 naan between us, it is £23 and 37 pence. That is over budget.
It is over budget, but just think you're getting a lovely pair of curries. What's it cost you? Like £5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not bad. Thank you, Rosanna. Can we get some TYRs in the chat?
This is awesome. I'm glad that I'm getting refunded for this because this is not in my budget for the week.
Well, you've had a difficult evening. You've been kicking over your water. You've been cutting in and out.
Yeah, and my room could be on fire right now.
Yeah, despite it being soaked. Okay, and you should enjoy it because the next round's going to be hell times 3. Did you? Oh, Bird, once you've finished, because I know you're doing an order, but once you've finished it, it's then your opportunity to make a rule. And then we can try round 2. Dell, while Bird's finished, in what manner should we make this Next round, hell.
I mean,
Oh, there has been a
given-
rule change.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, the rule change is Maul must order a curry. Maul must order a curry immediately is the rule. So that's sort of happened. I hope no one feels like I cheated them out of that, because I am getting a curry. I'm just not allowing hot food to come to my house and then get wasted.
I think it technically falls under the parameter of ordering a curry.
Oh, Jambird says that we've ordered our curry. It's £2 under, and we could use that to top up your order if you like.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. I am not adding Just Eat as a trusted pay. Thank you.
That's fair. Isn't the current rule? Oh, that's a rule, is it? Bird gets a curry. Yeah, you're right. Is that a rule, Rosanna? Or is that just a donation to Bird? I didn't read it as a rule exactly.
Well, we
But
need
if-
to know because I'm about to hit confirm on this payment.
No, you're getting that money regardless.
Okay.
The only thing that affects about the game is whether the current donation limit is set to £20.
So am I safe to order the curry?
You are safe to order the curry. There is £20 here, plus a little bit off the top of our curry order. That will pay for you. You will need to make up an invoice. I can't stress that enough. I do need to explain in January when I do my self-assessment why I paid for your curry.
Order confirmed.
Brilliant.
I almost showed my address on screen.
I thought rule. If you thought rule, then it is rule. Bird gets a curry. That's at £20, and then maybe the rule auction will slow down a bit. Sometimes, I don't think this happens so much anymore, but people would come in at the rule auction at £5, and we wouldn't have the first half hour being like people scrapping in there, going at each other like two rats.
Right, there we go. Supper's on the way.
Brilliant.
No, I don't want to buy a roll. Thanks.
Okay, great. So this next round is going to be hell. So at the very least, I'm going to make sure that the topic is extremely hard. So the next round will be questions on what is that?
I don't know.
I'm just going to look that up and see if that's appropriate.
It
Doesn't
might be
sound appropriate.
It could be referring to some occasionally depictions of Mary Magdalene have her covered in hair.
It
Like
looks like
headphones.
it's a gay bar in Australia. It's a gay bar in Queensland, Australia.
Why don't you? I mean, you could just see what questions it generates, and then
Hey, why not? Yeah. Please, can you write me 10 extremely difficult and hellish quiz questions on the subject of Hairy Marys?
and could you ask the AI if it could write the questions in the voice of the devil?
Yeah. Please, can you write the questions and answers in the voice of the devil?
Yeah, could we have like a flamey background, or is that a bit much?
Ooh, annoyingly,
Yeah.
this doesn't have a red set. My light doesn't have a red setting. Otherwise, I would.
Yeah, it's like sort of like kind of red underlighting or something would be good. Yeah, I haven't got anything like that either.
I've just got a message from my another friend who asks, "Do you think a Scotch egg is basically a protein ball?"
Yeah, apart from the breadcrumbs, right?
Yeah, it's like sausage, meat, and egg.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice. I mean, that's awful then.
Yeah, help.
Oh.
No one would help.
I just realised I
that-
do need to get the questions out of here. Full screen it again. Okay,
Right, I've
so
had chat
this
closed
is...
for a while. Let's check in.
Okay, the questions start with this little bit of preamble. Ah, mortal, you dare summon questions of such diabolical difficulty on the subject of hairy Marys. Brace yourself, for these queries are not for the faint of heart. Let the inferno of knowledge consume you. And then, what I'm going to say follows on from that is pure nonsense. Like, it's just decided to go with devil stuff and not really querying what hairy Marys is. So we've got a numerical question here, so we can do the closest again. But the question is, how many nights must a hairy Mary whisper the forbidden chant Arachninophilo before her hair transforms into writhing serpents?
Right.
And I should say, I've got 10 of these, and they're all as just random as that. None of them make any more sense than that.
We're doing all 10 questions, right?
Yeah, if you'd like to. I mean, if this round is going to be hell, being trapped on these questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you've got an answer, just let me know.
Okay. I think I have my answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got one.
My answer is that a hairy Mary must whisper the forbidden chant a hellish 666 nights, so that before, in order to transform herself, much as a chocolate fudge cake is transformed in the oven into devil's food cake.
Well, I'll give you a point for mentioning a cake. So first off, you get a point for the cake.
Thank you.
Oh, you can see Sammy here. That's a shame.
That's all right.
What if I were to flip that onto... You'll just have to accept that you can see that. And your answer was what, sorry?
666.
Very good. Someone gets it. Cake Chat has answered 3. No cakes in there, as far as I can see. But I'll log that you've answered 3. Which is just the same as your last answer, which was 3 degrees.
Maybe they've worked out they could do one thing, and they could do one thing really well.
Yeah, they can find a consensus in the number 3. Dell, do you have a strong feeling about how many nights must hairy Mary whisper the forbidden chant Arachnophilo before her hair transforms into writhing serpents?
Yes, I do. It's
Yeah.
Coincidentally, it's the same amount of slices of a Colin the Caterpillar cake. It's the same amount of slices that I cut that cake into last week. It's 7.
So
I remember it well.
You're telling me you cut a Colin the Caterpillar cake into 7 slices last week?
Yeah.
in the same that you also had 30 Jaffa cakes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge you.
It was a big
okay.
week. Big week for me.
Very
Let me
delicious.
just check here. Which high street retailer actually sells the collar? Where did you buy this from?
Well, I didn't buy it myself. My friend went into the city centre and was picking up some stuff, and I said, "Oh, could you get me a Colin the Caterpillar cake?" From
What friend?
It was Ian.
Yeah. And you have a friend called Ian?
Yes.
Show me their number on your phone.
We're not that close friends. Like,
You're not close friends, but you said, "Would you buy me this child's birthday cake?"
That's an
Well,
extremely big favour for an acquaintance. Can you get us a big cake as well?
we've got a strange relationship. It's I don't like to put my friends into boxes like that. I mean,
Peter's trying to argue that by the answer of 3, chat was actually putting in tres leches cake.
Huh?
hang on a second. I'm just getting the
Tres leches is a Nicaraguan and Mexican sponge cake. I'm sorry. If I'm skeptical of Ian, then Tres Leches is not getting a look in edgeways.
Sec.
Yeah, you could have typed the word Trez. You could have typed it.
You could have
Sorry,
typed the word cake. It's not a
could have
hard
typed the word
time.
Hang on,
art.
can you see that? Oh,
Just push it closer.
Big Ian.
Big Ian?
yes, Big Ian.
There's
'Cause he's
no way you've got a friend called Big Ian. That does not fit your demeanour at all. That any of your friends would have big in front of their name.
It's ironic. It's you know, because it's like
Why? Because
oh,
he's
it's like
little,
lad-
is he?
Well, there is that, but it's
Little
it's
Ian.
more it's more the humour. You know what it's like. It's kind of like big.
Yeah, no, I do. I
Bring
know.
Big Ian.
No.
Fair. You can't bring someone non-consensually into a live stream.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is true, and he's also a bit busy tonight. I think he's got
Oh, is he delivering my curry?
he might be. He's got a second job.
Always delivering food, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Just for the avoidance of any doubt, this has now been added to our Tesco delivery order. Thank you very much to everyone. We will enjoy this.
Ooh, very nice.
Then you know. That's one day off of cooking. Random Ian, big, very good. Okay, so Dell, you mentioned a cake. I've decided to believe in it since you've changed the name of one of your existing contacts to Big Ian. I think that's worth a point. And what was your answer again? 7 or 13 or something.
You said 7.
7. Yeah.
Is that a devil number? 7?
I feel like it might have come up in the last stream, or maybe and that was.
Okay.
You know.
Bizarrely, I don't know the rationale. It is 8 nights.
8.
Yeah, 8.
8 legs on a spider?
I think you're thinking too much. I think you're
Right,
thinking
sorry.
at all.
My bad.
Dal, congratulations. You are the closest, very marginally. Have you had enough of hell, or would you like more hell?
I'm pretty toasty, actually.
I was gonna say hell's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Should I make it worse? Does this
I'm
need to be
benefiting
worse?
from being in hell.
I know. I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah, I guess there's the.
Is this because are we in a rules? So are we in a rules phase now? Or do we have?
No. I should ask another question before we move on.
Okay.
Oh, can I have a random amount between? Is that still in play?
Oh God, is it?
I think
Yeah.
so. I hope so.
Yeah, you're randomly going to get between. Okay, congratulations. You are getting between 1 and 100 points.
It would
Oh,
be
can
fun
I
if
have?
it was
May I please have that too?
What did you get points for?
Oh, I got a point for mentioning a cake.
Yeah, but this is only if you get an answer correct.
Okay. Never
So
mind.
that's
Then.
39, so you're going up to 40 points. Congratulations.
Wait, what did Del get right?
Del was closest to the amount of nights that Hairy Mary needs to say the incantation Arachnophilo, otherwise her hair will turn into writhing serpents.
Right. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's
I
the
can
heat.
understand.
It's the heat. It's the heat that's getting to me.
Can you get a point for Trey Leshes? No, not at all. It's being close to the correct answer. Yes, when it's a numerical question, I let everyone give an answer, and whoever's closest gets the point. That way, points are distributed. When points are distributed, the game feels like something's happening.
Yeah. Really.
Sean, have we made it to round 2? Yeah, this is round 2.
Yeah,
Hell.
this is round 2. Hell.
Round 1 took an hour and a bit, and now it's round 2. Just questions, but it's loosely devil themed. should we have a new topic, or do we want more Hairy Marys? Because
New
Hairy
topic.
Marys is I was going to say.
New topic, yeah.
And what other
Sorry.
devil theming can we have?
I've got a lot of brimstone stuck in my lungs. Ooh, are there any Rent heads in the chat? Any musical theatre fans in the house tonight?
Well, I'm not going to put Rent the musical in. This is a question unto itself, and I'm going to find out the answer from ChatGPT. Oh, thank you very much for gifting a sub, Grigor Smith.
GRGRSMTH gifted a tier 1 sub to a good Pete.
I think my
They
curry
have
might
given
be arriving
17
shortly.
gift subs in the channel.
That's why I've got one headphone in, so I can hear the door.
Well, maybe when your curry arrives, that's a good time to just see who's got the most points. Yeah, it's when you ask ChatGPT how do you measure a year, it does just give you every single possible way of measuring a year. So I don't know what I expected.
Do you want to get a new topic?
Oh, I've got it. How does Satan measure a year?
Ooh.
Okay, this is a poem.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay. I've found out how Satan measures a year, and if any of you are able in your answer lines up with one of the ways that Satan measures a year, you get a point.
Okay.
How
might have an
does
answer.
Satan measure a year? We'll let chat get started. These all can be answered with single words.
Oh, okay.
Some can be answered with two-word phrases, but you don't. It doesn't have to be a lengthy thing. And so, if someone wants to give an answer now, perhaps to pip someone out of giving that answer,
Okay.
feel free to buzz in.
I'm gonna say that Satan measures a year in souls, including those who have suffered from death by chocolate.
Oh, and that is a type of cake, is it?
I think so.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is, or is it a pudding? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's go to the. I'm already on the Tesco's order screen.
It says cake.
Death
Wikipedia
by
says cake.
chocolate. So Wikipedia says cake.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Mary
that's good.
Berry's
That's a-
Death by Chocolate. Death by Chocolate. Death by chocolate is a colloquial descriptive or marketing term for various cakes and desserts that feature chocolate.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fine. Fine. I'll give it.
Yippee.
I think Satan might measure a year in birthday cakes.
Okay. Why do you think that?
Well-
We're on to the hard bit of the answer.
Yeah, that is really hard. That is much harder.
Yeah.
And
And yet it's so predictable that I might say that.
Well, I thought 'cause it's a thing that you get traditionally, you only get one of a year.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Well,
now
I'm
that
giving you a point for mentioning cakes.
true, but I realised that I won't be getting a 1 to 100 random value.
Yes, that
probably.
really is where the good points are.
Yeah, that's what the sweet stuff is. Yeah. Are we allowed multiple answers?
Nah,
Considering
just
the-
one each. Just one
Yeah,
each.
it's fair.
You got your birthday point. You've just squandered the possibility of 99 extra points. I see what chat's going for. They're also going for the same thing of let's at least name a cake. As long as a cake gets named.
The thing
Great,
is, they've
so-
spent so long trying to say tre leche
Yeah.
that they're now going to have to come up with a new kind of cake that they can all decide that they want to make.
Okay, let me add a point to chat's score for saying tre leche. And chat is saying, well, they're saying tre leche could be how Satan measures a year, but that's not true. Ah, mortal, how does Satan measure a year, you wonder? Not in the fleeting trivial ways of humans, but in the darkness of torment and the currency of lost souls. I think that's a point to Bird. I could continue the several additional paragraphs of how Satan measures a year, or we could stop there. What's your preference?
I don't mind.
Yeah, I want to hear it all. I want to hear it all.
Yes, fine. Time in my realm is a twisted thing, an ever-churning river of agony and desire, but if you must know the infernal methods, let me reveal the truth. Satan measures a year in broken promises, each one a contract torn asunder, each soul lost to damnation. In whispers of regret, those tiny moments when mortals realize the path they've chosen leads only to despair. I measure it in tears of the damned, millions flowing like rivers through the caverns of the abyss, each drop counting the days they wish would end but never will. In betrayals, for every betrayal is a nail in the coffin of trust, and I feast upon the ruin of shattered bonds. I count the screams, oh yes, the screams. Each echoing cry of suffering is a mark on the calendar of eternity, a reminder that pain has no end in my domain. And let us not forget the sins, those sweet, sinful acts that tilt the balance towards my ever-growing kingdom. Every lie, every deception, every indulgence of greed and lust. These are the ticks of my clock. But if you insist on numbers, a year is 525,600 minutes. So that's how Satan measures a year. So I'd say that's souls. I think Bird gets it. I think Bird is just achieving currydom right now. So let's also add on what Bird gets from the random number. Was it between? Yeah, it's 1 and 100. Hello, Bird. Have you got a curry?
I do!
Can we just salute the curry? If you're watching at home, please salute the curry.
Thank you to Rosanna. And thank you to Sean.
Oh, no
I
problem.
look forward to tearing into this the second the stream ends, because I'm actually quite hungry now.
Well, let's call this the last question. We'll do one final rules round, and whoever is winning then wins. And Burnzoid does say, thank you for saying on my behalf, Burnzoid, don't forget the invoice. When January comes, I will need that.
Oh, yeah.
Bird, you have also received on top of that 90 additional points.
Bloody hell!
Head and shoulders into the lead.
Why?
Why
you,
does
Satan.
God provide the greatest points rolls to its worst interneted contestants?
Pity. Probably.
There we are. You are stand.
Oh, sorry. Big Ian is doing very well. He asked for the code, and then I realised that I'd forgotten the code.
Oh,
So
yes.
I had to run back into the room to get my phone to give Big Ian the code. But he says hi. He gives you his best.
And was he
nice
big?
one.
He was huge.
Yeah, huge guy. Huge
Huge
guy.
spirit.
And had a collar on each shoulder.
They
A
were-
big
yeah.
collar dangling around his neck like a feather boa, completely melted.
Yeah, it was horrible. It's really stinky.
He's a strange guy.
Then I guess all that's left is for Chat, Dell, and Bird to decide on their final rules if they want one. Do you want a final rule? Yes or no? That one goes to Chat. When Chat's finished, it will go to Dell, then to Bird, then we tally up the points, and then we see who's winning. Oh, this is kind of tight.
Yeah, this is close.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm looking at the stream on my phone. I'm so distracted by the reflection in the mirror of what's going on.
The reflection in the mirror.
Can you not see? Oh no, oh sorry, it's cut off by, in my webcam, there is a mirror at the back of the room that is reflecting my laptop screen back at me.
Am I allowed to
So-
extend your webcam so that we can see that? Oh yes, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, I see.
So I've been periodically turning around and waving at it, thinking it's been showing up on stream, but obviously it hasn't been, so I've just been
Oh, that's
looking like
funny.
a crazy person. But if I guess
Oh,
my
that's
head's probably
3D.
up.
Now that's parallax. That's total bayhem. Okay, chat, that is your choice, and I respect it, even though it was incredibly tight there. Dal, this is your last opportunity to make a rule. Would you like to do so?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. The last desperate bid for victory.
Sure thing. Before you tell me the rule, can you tell me what slot you would like that to go in, and therefore what rule you'd like to overwrite?
Oh, I can't quite make it out because my internet's gone a bit weird.
Would you remind us of the rules, please, Sean?
Yes, the first rule is let them eat cake. That is the cake point rule. The second rule is this round is going to be hell. And the third point is if a player gets a correct answer, they'd randomly get between 100 to 1 to 100 points.
Yeah, can I replace rule 2 then, please?
We get a point, yeah? Why would you get a point, Harry? Can you replace rule 2? Yes. Because you mentioned cake. You did, and that took you from -1 to 0, if I recall. Yeah, what goes into rule 2?
Can all points get reset to 0 again?
Sure.
It feels like a bit of a...
No, you know, it evens the playing field and it puts more stakes onto the last round.
Yeah, thinking I'm just going to put on.
It's an interesting gambit. It's an interesting gambit. What people normally do here is they would say, oh, actually the lowest number wins. But at that point, because normally the lowest scorer goes first, people with higher scores later can just erase that rule. And then the person with the highest points just win again. So Bird, you have one last chance to make a rule. Oh, and let me just, because you bought a rule,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Dell, you now go down to -2 points. So Bird, you are neck and neck with chat. You have one rule left you can make, but it will cost you a point.
No, I'm fine. I'm content.
What, to draw with chat?
Well, I thought we had one more question left. No?
Nope.
Oh, okay. In which case, what kind of rule do I want it to be?
Can I just as a favour for me, you could even say it's in return for helping you with this curry. Don't let chat win.
Okay. Only players who have not lied about their friends can win.
How dare you?
Did chat lie about their friends?
Have you not lied about my friends?
Because you don't need to just exclude Dell. Dell's on -2 points.
And I
You
haven't
don't
lied
need to
about my
rule
friends
Dell
either.
out of the competition.
Yeah, I'm just trying
Lie
to
to
think.
me.
Okay. Only players who can show video evidence of them having received a takeaway can win.
Honestly, if you ever met a genie or was about to get bedazzled, you'd be absolutely fleeced. Because I'm sure one of them's going to have video footage of a takeaway from some point in their lives.
Well, I'm under a lot of pressure.
So am I. We can't let chat win.
Okay. Only individual players with file extensions in their usernames can win.
I don't like it.
Well, I mean, okay, fine. Chat can't win. You can't do that, can you? Fuck.
You can't do that. And that's why I don't like the only people with usernames, because it's just a stand-in for specifying a player's name. It breaks the rules. It breaks the rules of the game to use that rule.
Okay. What about then the player with the worst internet wins?
I'm back in it then.
I feel like Sean is trying to like psychically beam rules into my brain. I can't work out what it is that you're trying to tell me, Sean.
No, neither can I. I'm putting myself in your shoes, and I'm finding myself as equally baffled by the situation.
Okay.
There were a lot of alliances last week. A lot of offers of alliances. Maybe.
Alliances.
Dell, if Bird merges with you and your scores are combined, Chat wins.
Oh, I was talking about Bird and Chat, but.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Okay.
I don't know if you.
What about the player who's currently taking up the most space on screen wins? Which is me, because you extended my video.
Is Bird supposed? Oh yeah, Bird is supposed to have 90 points. Yeah, you're right. Oh, hang on. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Bird, you're supposed to have 90
anyway.
points.
Oh wait, no, we
I
reset
forgot
it
to put
by
that in.
reset.
Oh,
No,
no,
but
but then you're right, and then it got reset to 0 by Dell. God,
I feel bad about that now.
Okay, well,
Bad about that. To be fair, though,
I've put my hand on the. I've thumbed the scale too much, Bird. Whatever you come out with next is binding. Do you want a rule? Yes or no? What is it? And then we'll just have to run with it.
okay.
can I just say that earlier you said that the rule where I can't remember who it was. Sorry, maybe Red Kyo reset the scores back to 0, and you said that could only happen once. I think.
Oh no, I was saying that it was worded so that
Oh,
it was
okay.
worded. It was worded such that it sounded like this just occurs when the rule arrives.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, how about this? And this is not an airtight rule. This is still a rule with some risk, but it's one that I'm willing to take. Which is
And what's it overwriting first?
okay. The 0 point rule, rule 2,
Okay.
and that is the next player to name a cake that is yet to be mentioned wins carrot cake.
Lemon drizzle cake.
Okay, so rules have to be written on the screen before they.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so this is an off your marks from when it is printed to the screen. The first person to say it, and that
Yep.
means if I see Chat say one before I hear you say it, it's just as soon as it gets put into the screen, you'll hear a sound, or you'll just see it change, and then the first new. However, you need to keep in mind that chats are saying cakes, so you can't
Yep.
say Battenberg
Yeah.
because that's already been featured. You can't say four leshes. I don't
Which is
think
not,
it's real.
which is not real.
You can't say cum cake. All of those are taken out of proceedings.
Okay.
So I'm just going to wait, and when I feel it's right, I'm going to put this on the screen.
Coffee.
Oh, damn!
Coffee.
Yeah,
Coffee.
coffee cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Woo.
Congratulations, Bird. You have won normal game, and it felt deserved. It felt deserved. It was a quick off the draw.
Thank you.
It was a cake off. Good
Let's
old
should we shake hands again?
Yes.
There we go. Yeah, just meld your hands into each other.
Sorry, I was cited as well. Like, whoever in chat posted urinal, you really got me.
Yeah,
You've
that's
almost...
good.
Okay. Well, I think that had peril.
It had peril. There was a completely new mini game right at the very end, but it stayed on theme, which was that it was a hell and it was cake.
There you go.
Does chat not get a rule? At the very beginning of this rules round, I said, "Chat, do you want a rule?" And you voted 6. You voted 7 no to 6 yes, and you democratically chose not to do that. So congratulations to the winner of Sean Morley's Normal Game, episode 17. It is Bird.exe, who comes away not only with a points victory, a cake reaction victory, but curry for 2. That is one of the most substantial victories we've ever seen. No one has fed themselves off of the show before.
Yeah, this has been a landmark episode.
Dell, thank you so much for participating in tonight. We really enjoyed the antics of Mario Antoinette. I hope you had fun.
Yay!
I had a great time. Thank you very much for having me. Congratulations, Bird.
Thank you.
Thank you, chat. Commiserations, chat.
It's been an absolute pleasure playing tonight with chat and you, Del. And it was, you're a really worthy competitor. I can't believe I managed to pull it out at the end.
Thank you. Deserved win. Highly deserved win.
Pete says, "Can you please say hello to Big Ian for us?"
I will do. We're going to have a good laugh about this tomorrow. So.
Yes. Down at the yard, down at the quarry.
Yeah, the depot.
Yeah, down at the scrap iron hole. Thank you very much, Del, for being a part of Sean Morley's Normal Game. It didn't work out for you this time, but I'm sure the memories that we made are worth more than 2 curries.
Quite agree.
See you later, Del.
Bye.
Bye. He's in hell now.
Yeah, and of course, Bird, you got to make all those memories, and you did get 2 curries, so it really has worked out better for you.
It's been an incredible night, from the pits of terrible internet connection to now 2 curries and the victory.
Well, congratulations, Bird. Is there anything you want to say? Is there any little speech? Anyone you want to thank?
I'd like to thank the game for having me back. I'd like to thank Twitch chat for being so much fun. I'd like to thank Del for being a really worthy opponent. I'd like to thank Satan for giving us the venue for this evening. And cheers. Be nice to each other. Have fun. Join the Discord. Come hang. Thanks for the curry. I won't plug anything because that feels a bit weird, especially being in hell. So
I feel you could plug if you've got anything to plug.
Okay. I have a Substack that I occasionally update. That I was going to try and get a new post out for tonight, but I forgot. But hopefully within the next couple of days, if you go to, schemingthirdwife.substack.com. I've been taking a bit of a break, but I do like pop culture writing and criticism and stuff. It's a good time. Check it out if you like. Check it out if you like me. Check it out if you didn't. I get views either way. I'll see you in hell.
And we'll see you in hell. Bird, before we go, what rule would you like to send into the future with the next episode of Sean Morley's Normal Game?
The rule that I would like to send into the future is every answer must be spoken in brain rot.
Oh, God. Okay. That will definitely advantage a certain kind of player and alienate everyone else. Perfect. I love it.
brain rot.
Must include an item, a speck of brain rot. Very
Yeah.
nice. Well, I hope everyone's got their riz together for next week when Sean Morley's normal game will return. Can we have some congratulations, birds, in the chat?
Keep it skibbity.
Keeping it skibbity. And if you don't like us saying that, you will not enjoy next week, which will be the true round from hell. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to everyone who donated. We will be back again next week with Normal Game, back on Friday with more Fortress and a new Halloween stream this Saturday evening. I will see you there. Goodbye.
Bye.
Do it. It's from the random number. Was it between? Yeah, it's 1 and 100. Hello, bird. Have you got a curry?
I do.
Can we just salute the curry? If you're watching at home, please salute the curry.
Thank you to Rosanna. And thank you to Sean.
Oh, no
I look
problem.
forward to
Okay, the questions start with this little bit of preamble. Ah, mortal, you dare summon questions of such diabolical difficulty on the subject of hairy Marys. Grace. Yourself, for these queries are not for the faint of heart. Do you know what that is?
No.
Let me look it up. Qubit. Oh,